broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, Nctv45. Nctv45 Newcastle, The Train.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
Good morning, Newcastle, and a very pleasant good morning as we get and embark on this Wednesday. And wow, week kind of flying by, and just a spectacular type of weather week. Let's take a look at the weather. 43 outside. All in all, not terrible. I mean, but maybe a little fall-like as you get ready to get out the house, maybe get your coffee, and embark on Wednesday. You know, this Wednesday stuff, it's downhill from here, folks. So just know and enjoy. And I had to take a little sip of my coffee as we get through. Now, let's take a look at your travels today as we bring up the cameras, and everything's pretty smooth. I haven't seen any or heard of any incidences, accidents. Martha Street, and you know, this is on 376. Not terrible. The dark pictures are going to give you a hard time with it. However, what you'll find is it's clear. No problems there. And I won't, no image from 168, so I'm not going to kill you on some of this. 79, as we taken, sometimes they don't have images up, so that this is the 422 interchange, and traffic moving along relatively okay. Here's a good look-see at that. And there you go. You can see traffic moving. Be careful with the deer. That gives you a good look at the southwest corner. We'll take one look at 80 and 376 if it's available. '80 interchange with 376. I always like, excuse me, doing this one because it's pretty clear. The picture looks so much better. And there you go. All, as that pen dot camera brings it up, all great. So let's get to the top stories today in Newcastle, PA. As you know, this COVID thing really bringing a lot of questions. They did a 2-day total and they got 967, then in one day they got 834. I really wonder if they're going to straighten up the counting on this, because that seems to be the issue that is definitely going round. Now, I can't believe that there's been that much fall off in the testing with everything that's gone on and the weekends and what have you. But that's what they're saying on the COVID testing. Now, we're up to 50% at the restaurants and what have you. You know, this election's about so many things. And here's a good example. I went to Ohio and got gas at Morgan's. $1.99, and it's almost 40 to 60 cents more here. With that being said, they collected $736,000 from Transco for Atlantic Sunrise pipeline violations. Now, I don't know about you folks, but unless this is dripping into a water supply, I don't think it's that big a deal. They collected it from 11 trans coordinating gas pipelines. Okay, and they go on to say that the violations included failure to properly maintain erosion and sedimentation. So I guess that's just one thing we have to live with as you get up and down through this thing. Now, you know, everybody's telling everybody to remember the vote. This is such a partisan type issue with this election. PA high schools compete in voter registration. That means the more people you get to vote, the better off. But if you're in a small area like us that isn't filled with people, you're basically crazed, because I don't know that you can win the contest. So without any further ado, we're going to take this break and we're going to go right to sports. We'll be right back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. This topping our headlines today, the Notre Dame Wake Forest game postponed after more positive tests. The Notre Dame Wake Forest college football game scheduled for Saturday has been postponed after the Irish announced 13 players are in isolation. In a statement Tuesday, Notre Dame said 7 players tested positive for corona out of 94 tests done Monday. Combined with the resulting from last week, 13 players are in isolation and 10 in quarantine. As a result, Notre Dame has paused all football-related activities. The 2 schools are working on a date to reschedule. Coach Kelly said in a statement, "We managed an increase in positive rates in August and handled players. It was wonderful. While the student health and safety are primary focus, we will continue to follow our prevention protocols and ongoing testing procedures." That from Brian Kelly. So as they work on a date to reschedule. Now, over in the NBA, your Wednesday, Boston at Miami. Let's go Celtics. Over in the Major League Baseball loop, Wednesday, the Chicago Cubs take on the Pirates. Chicago White Sox take on the Cleveland Indians. Your New York teams, Tampa Bay will be at the Mets, and the New York Yankees travel to Toronto. The late game, Colorado at San Francisco. Over in NHL hockey, as they continue with Stanley Cup action. Wednesday with the game tied 1-1. Tampa Bay takes on Dallas. So there gives you a rundown of what's going on now. That Notre Dame game, that stuns me. So we'll be watching to see if that affects anybody else. This was the Cedar Sports Corner, and we're going to take this break. We'll be right back.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Brian would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Jim Micco and Sons, 347 East Washington Street in Newcastle, can service a lot of your lawn equipment. It's jimmiccoandsons.com, their website, and you can email them at jimmiccoandsons@verizon.net. Their phone number, 724-652-6911. Proud sponsors of community television in Newcastle. Today's programming furnished by a grant from Chalala and Carney Florist on Mill Street in Newcastle. Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust.
Hello, and we are back. Just that quick. Hope you're having an enjoyable Wednesday morning. As we cruise through, we'll be able to have the morning show for you today, Mass, and so many other things. So just kick back and enjoy Nctv45 right here in Lawrence County. And wow, as I kind of bebopped into the wrong button, and we'll get this straight now because I was giving you the weather. It's Wednesday, folks. You know, you got to give me some slack, as sometimes Wednesdays are just a little different. And so there you go. And let's get right to it. Now, you know, Governor Wolf's wife, Lady Frances Wolf, she's going to do this celebration in Philadelphia. Now, what's really kind of, I want to say, crazy about this is he goes on telling everybody else not to gather and do some things, yet Governor Wolf's and Lady Frances Wolf will join mayor and elected officials in the grand opening of a Philadelphia Abundance Kitchen, 20,000 square feet food facility. I mean, Governor, weren't we supposed to be quarantined? You got me a little confused. You said no going out and being with anybody, and then you did this. He releases guidance for personal care homes. You know, this is where many of the people that are sick are. Let's kind of break this down. As we were talking today during coffee, most of the people that are having this illness, this China virus, Most of them are in larger metropolitan areas. I talked to a friend and he said Columbus isn't really good. It's the home of Ohio State. So the big areas where the kids are going to go, you can't get on a kid for going and get a sandwich and a drink, whether it's a soft drink or a beer, okay? And, you know, you're going to do that on a Monday. You're going to go for a coffee, and then you're going to catch the virus. Now, that's not the kid's fault. That's not the fault of the university. But the people that get really sick from this, that are in such bad shape, are those in, the nursing homes. And the question becomes this: what are you doing to help out the nursing homes? This is where it's been weak. So now he screening, testing. Now he's releasing all this stuff, okay? Frequency of screening staff and testing. Compassionate care visitation policies. Resuming communicable activities and lifting restrictions on people visiting the nursing home. Well, you gotta have that done. I agree. But you're running the risk that it's going to go up. Just as much as you're running the risk that if people go to a football game, which you saw Notre Dame suspended football activities. It's going to be a tough year, folks, with college football and people watching this in the fall, as this virus could end shortly or it could linger on. And they're saying that they're working on a vaccine as fast as they can. Department of Health, okay, partners to host media called to address technical alert in the app. They made an app. Yesterday, if you watched the nightly news, they got an app for COVID. Now, I'm sorry, how sad is that? Governor Wolf and Levine announced it. Now, he vetoes Bill 2787, which would have mandated that schools' fall activities be under a sole jurisdiction of local school districts. The bill is superfluous, given that the local school district governing bodies already have the authority, but its outbreaks as we enter the particularly risky flu season. Now, here's what they're saying. He turned around and said, you can't have this bill saying people could go, after he limited it. And this is where the buck stops here, because he didn't want to admit that he was the guy that limited the amount of people that could go for a game. Now, we received a call that seniors will receive 3 tickets if they participate in the Friday night event, which is football. You got band, cheerleaders, flag line. Underclassmen will receive 2 tickets. Why wouldn't you just sign the bill? Is it because you're being a little vindictive that the court ruled what you did was unconstitutional? Listen, folks, The virus is a serious thing. But rights of people to gather shall not be impeded. That's in the Constitution. You've got a situation here where he wants big government. I would rather the people locally make decisions than those decisions be made by the governor of Philadelphia. Be honest about it. North Carolina, South Carolina, I favor Pennsylvania, West Pennsylvania. Makes no sense. Labor and industry takes additional action against fraud, and be careful of this because I've noticed an uptick in these fraud calls myself. There's been due to an alarming spike in suspicious applications. Okay, and there's two things that are going on. One, they're getting suspicious calls from people, and two, there's been a spike in suspicious applications for unemployment benefits through the PUA program. Additional and anti-fraud identified as the verification measures will be put in place. Payments for new applicants are being temporarily delayed, and the department will provide more information as the enhancement continues. As you have restaurants at 50% capacity, and that just happened Monday, they're taking in less revenue. The economy, and I don't think Governor Wolf understands this, is a food chain. One thing feeds or builds on another and another and another. So the people in this sales area could easily, with the way they get paid, be out of work. Pennsylvania's early warning monitoring dashboard updated. Rachel Levine again and Governor Wolf released an updated detailed state mitigation efforts on COVID-19 and early warning monitoring systems. You gotta be really kidding me. Because as I said before, out in this area, it just isn't happening. The Wolf administration awards over $7 million in healthy foods at elementary schools. This makes sense because some of the schools that aren't in session, if those kids are getting free and reduced lunch, they're not eating. And if the parents aren't working, they're not eating. Well, the last notification check by the state police was done. They found notice of violations. Now, let's get this straight. Okay. You're going to 21. On the 21st, you're going to 500, 50%. So you check on the 18th through the 20th, and you have 5 violations. Sounds kind of crazy to me, especially because you were going up come Monday. These guys have been hit so hard that it just doesn't make sense. Well, folks, time to go to the West Wing. Ivanka Trump, Attorney General Barr, visiting Atlanta to discuss fight against human trafficking. Donald Trump's oldest daughter and one of his top advisors will visit Atlanta with U.S. Attorney General William Barr on Monday. WSB-TV Atlanta reports Ms. Trump and Attorney General Barr will meet with Georgia law officials and enforcement to discuss the Trump administration's end to fight trafficking, the scourge of human trafficking in the modern day, equivalent of slavery's brutal depriving victims of basic human rights, says Barr. So they're there today. President Trump's proclamation on the death of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who becomes the second woman to serve the U.S. Supreme Court. Upon her confirmation in 1993, passed away at 87. She led an amazing life, says Donald Trump, and the proclamation says, a fighter to the end, Justice Ginsburg defeated cancer and the odds of numerous times, all while continuing to serve on the court. Her commitment to law and her commitment to fearlessness in the face of death inspired countless RBG fans and continues to serve as a role model for countless women lawyers. Her legacy and contributions to American history will never be forgotten. And, give them credit. The Justice Scalia said to Ruth about being friends, and they were friends. And he says, I never pick on people, I just pick on ideas. Something maybe we should all remember during this time when we're all nestled together. Justice Department brands New York City and anarchist jurisdiction and targets federal funding. And hey, why not when the mayor's not doing what he's supposed to be doing? As far as I know, if you're the mayor of these jurisdictions, whether it's here or a city in the Midwest or wherever, your job is to protect and defend the Constitution of the United States. That's not happening in New York City. This was among 3 cities labeled as anarchist jurisdiction by the Justice Department Sunday and targeted to lose federal funding for failing to control protesters and defunding cops. Stephen Nelson reports in the New York Post. He goes on to say, when state and local leaders impede their own law enforcement officials and agencies from doing their jobs, it encounters innocent civilians who deserve to be protected, including those who are trying a peaceful, arrestable protest, says Attorney General William Barr. Okay, and last but not least, from the West Wing, Trump addresses the United Nations on China. Virtually the 75th session of the United Nations, where he explained how America is leading the global fight against the invisible enemy, which has claimed countless lives in 188 countries. In the United States, we have touched the most aggressive mobilization since World War II, We understand the record of ventilators creating a surplus. That's why we allowed them to be shared with our friends and partners. We pioneered life-saving treatments and reducing the vitality rate to 85% since April. So he's going on just telling them what he's done to knock out the China virus. 43 degrees in Newcastle, and we're going to get to the weather. Here you go. Cleveland radar, there's looks like rain up near the lake, which that's kind of amazing. Fog down near Pittsburgh, 43 degrees. And now let's go to weather. But 87% humidity. I was trying to read this for you. Wind speeds are calm. Barometric pressure 28.67, 29.67. Excuse me. So let's take this second. Go to Lawrence County 45 weather. We'll be right back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal. Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you won't guard the score at Lindy's Lunch. For the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Well, after last night's low of 47, clear but patchy fog, otherwise not too bad of an evening. How is your Wednesday, middle of the week, shaping up? Well, local radar, very clear. Not any kind of issues there. However, what you're going to see is through the week fog in the low-lying areas. Now, national radar. Here you have clear skies. Right at the tip of my finger here is Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania, Ohio, and then out to the west, pretty clear. Down south, cloud cover. And the cloud cover going to stay away until maybe the weekend when we might be in for a little rain. Here you go with your forecast. Wednesday, last night 47, patchy fog. We know the fog will burn off by 9. Your Wednesday, sunny, high of 78. Wednesday night, increasing clouds, low of 52. Your Thursday, partly sunny, a high of 77. We'll call it 78 again, as the sunshine will be beaming. Okay, your Thursday night, partly cloudy, a low of 53. Now, Friday, mostly sunny, a high of 80. Friday night, partly cloudy, a low of 54. Your Saturday, sunshine, 80. Saturday night, here's what we're talking about. Partly cloudy, a low of 60, and the moisture from the Gulf starts to make its way in. 30% chance of rain, and then you go to Sunday, mostly cloudy, 76, 75. You're getting rain. Sunday's your rain day. You might start out with some sunshine early, but then expect the showers. Sunday night, mostly cloudy, 55, showers. Monday, partly sunny, early, 72. 50% chance of rain, and then Monday night, mostly cloudy, 51, 50% chance of rain. As you get to Tuesday, mostly cloudy, 64, 60% chance of rain. So you see how that rain starts working its way in next week, and on the weekend, especially Sunday, Monday, moving into Tuesday, and not a good thing. So enjoy this sunshine. Now, that was Lawrence County 45 weather, and we're going to take this break and hear from these great people. We'll be right back.
Shake your body, baby, do that conga. No, you can't control yourself any longer.
Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them Nctv45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program. Elham's for one great dining experience.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
Today's programming is brought to you by Nctv45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for this edition of Newswatch. Newswatch morning. Hopefully, we've gotten you on your way and out the door and down the street some. Make sure that you tell a friend and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Yes, a train that runs on your schedule, that's NCTV45 right here in what I call the greatest castle in the world. Now, and here's time for that little close. My good friend Pat Koppel loves this. Make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again real soon. Remember, Mass and morning show, a lot of other programming up for you.